Well, that's it. Another hockey season in the books. But I'll tell you something. I've only been really watching hockey seriously really since what? The year where the Blue Jackets went on that massive run. I think it was the year where they went all in. I think that was like the year I really started watching hockey seriously. Before that, I was kind of like watching it here and there. I've mainly been a casual outside of Columbus. I don't really watch any other teams for the most part. Just Columbus, obviously. But I will say, over the past couple years, I've started to expand my horizon and I've started to watch more teams. And this season for the Blue Jackets, while it was insanely tumultuous and there was a lot of adversity around it, this was probably one of the funnest seasons I've had watching this team, right? Because, yeah, the Blue Jackets were kind of in a little rebuild, right? Or retool, I guess. Now, the one thing about a rebuild is, yeah, you're not going to be good, but the biggest thing is, do your prospects improve? That's the best part about a rebuild. Watching your prospects and seeing who blossoms, right? As my camera froze, of course. Gotta love this stupid camera. And for the Blue Jackets, there's really like a few guys that really blossomed this year. Um, of course, I can't forget about the intro. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Columbus Blue Jackets live stream. And like I said at the beginning, that's it. It's over. Season is finito. Now, yeah, the Blue Jackets didn't make the playoffs, but man, they were close. And the funniest part is, they did what they were supposed to do. For those wondering, what am I talking about? Well, the Blue Jackets had to essentially win out to have a chance. But also, they needed old Montreal to lose out, which they didn't. Well, they did up until the final game of the year last night for them. All the Blue Jackets needed was the Carolina Hurricanes. Ironically, the team that Don Waddell used to be the GM for. Yeah, all we needed was the Hurricanes to go out and beat the Habs in regulation. And the Blue Jackets would have just had to go out tonight and do what they did, and they'd be a playoff team right now. I'd be getting ready to do a video or a stream talking about the Washington Capitals again. And keep in mind, the Blue Jackets had just faced Washington not even a week ago, and they blew the doors off of them. In back to back games, on back to back days with the same goalie, the Blue Jackets outscored Washington 11 to 1. And that one goal by Washington was scored by none other than Alex Ovechkin at the very beginning of the game on Sunday. After that, the Blue Jackets just controlled the game. I'm looking at our schedule right now, right? This season was literally a ginormous roller coaster, an 82 game roller coaster. Started off kind of, you know, then they go free fall, and then they go big streak, and then free fall, and then win streak, free fall. And they go and then was madness. Yeah. What's crazy is look at where this team was at the beginning of March, right? Let's flash back to March 1st. The Blue Jackets were 30, 22, and 8. Okay? Let's go back to March 1st, see where this team was. Blue Jackets were in first in the wild card. They were the number one wild card team with 20 games to go, or 22 games to go. 30, 22, and 8, 68 points. They were right on the heels of not only New Jersey, but also Carolina. And they even had a realistic chance to catch Washington, too. They were right. No, I know they didn't. No, hell no. Now I looked at it. No, it's 84. Yeah, they were not catching Washington. Hell no. They had a really good chance of catching Carolina and New Jersey. And then the bottom fell out. Who won on March 1st? They won that game. That was the game I streamed. That was the Stadium Series. After that, they wouldn't win many more games in March. 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. They would win 3 more games the rest of the month. And what's sad is, you look at where they were on April 1st. You fast forward a month, April 1st. We're in third in the wild card. 2 points back of Montreal, but 7 back of Ottawa. And then they were 10 back of New Jersey and way behind Carolina. Well, yeah, we're in a good spot. You know, they beat Nashville, then they would lose 3 in a row. And honestly, they were looking good at the beginning of that Colorado game. You know, they were up 3-2. Boone Jenner just scored. We're like, okay, looking good. From that point on, they would give up 14 unanswered goals for the rest of the Colorado game, and that would spill into the next 2 games against Toronto and Ottawa. Oh, after that, I'll admit, Blue Jackets fans were like, yeah, we're probably cooked. Because you look and see where they were coming off of April 6th. So let's go to April 7th. Okay. You go to April 7th and you see where this team was. Right? My camera froze again. Damn it. I freaking hate this damn thing. Oh, and then the app crashed. Of course. This is what scares me about doing streams later for playoffs. This app just randomly crashes. Wait and see if it wakes up. Ah, come on, you stupid app. Oh yeah, it's cooked. It crashed. Come on, you stupid app. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, I guess you could say my app crashing really just kind of compares to the Blue Jackets, right? Because that's pretty much what they did for those 3 games. They crashed and burned. Like they were left for dead. Like they were done. Blue Jackets fans, after that Colorado game, were like, ugh, that's not good. Then you give up 9 unanswered goals to the 2 Canadian teams that you were, well, not really chasing. I mean, Ottawa and Toronto. You give up 9 unanswered to both of them combined. You don't score a damn goal at all. After that Ottawa game, I'll be honest, I was thinking, yeah, we are probably done for. You know, nobody told the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets, in their heads, were thinking, well, we ain't near no bell. So how would they respond to giving up 14 unanswered goals? I don't know. How about going on a 6-game win streak? Let's be real. This was the most fun stretch of games, maybe in a while. Definitely this year. The fact that Elvis went out there against Ottawa and held them to 2 goals, we win 5-2, and he's done for some whatever reason. Jet Greaves takes over in net. That's what I think they yanked him. Yeah, they yanked Lincolns, and Greaves took over. And we didn't lose. And I'll be real here. In the 5 wins combined, Jet Greaves gave up 4 goals. And 2 of them were in Buffalo. This dude had 2, could have easily been 4 consecutive shutouts. It's insane. I think Jet Greaves has legit earned consideration for next year. Like, legit. Like, that's probably some of the best goalie play I've seen from this team since Bobrovsky was here. Or maybe since Elvis, before he turned into mush a couple times, because there was times where Elvis would stand on his head. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he'd be in net, flailing around, making the most insane saves ever. It's funny watching a goalie make these crazy saves. He's like flailing around. You're like, you see him, and then he'd be like, get up, and then, yeah. He'd just be flailing around, flopping around, like, damn. Just imagine being in that freaking dude's head. You're flailing around, getting tiny little piece of rubber flung at you at over almost 100 miles per hour sometimes. No wonder they got to wear all that body armor. You'd be like, why do they got to wear all that? Try having someone shoot a puck at you over probably 100 times a game, damn near. At worst, because sometimes these goalies, they barely get the puck thrown their way at all. But Really? Good stuff by Jet. Now the question is, where do the Blue Jackets go from here? Well, they have quite a bit of cap space. I believe their projected cap right now is about 18 million. Yeah. Check Spot Track. See what Spot Track has for them. But Puckpedia has them at around what 18 million projected for 24-25 right now. So I don't know about 25-26. The cap floor is 65 million. They're $4 million above the cap floor. So they have a lot of money to use. Because the limit is 88 million. So they have some money to spend. And if I know the Don, he's going to spend some dough. Yeah. I could see him being not super aggressive, but he'll be calculated. He'll go out, he'll make some necessary additions, and I feel like we will see some new faces, probably another scorer. Maybe they add something on defense, and then maybe they even add another goaltender. Not exactly sure what the needs are. I'm sure I'll have a list for that eventually. But I feel like the Blue Jackets are going to be one of those teams that they're going to, see what they did this year, and they're going to go out and actually make moves to get better. Of course, it didn't really help that you lose Johnny so close to the season, right? I mean, by the time the Johnny incident happened, I think the season was just about to start. I think training camp was about to start. So, yeah, Don didn't really have a lot of time to address the situation and go out and make a necessary move to fill the hole. And that's one ginormous hole left by Johnny's, I guess you could say, departure from Earth, from this life. And it's crazy because these guys played that entire season for him. And it's like you watch this team, man, you just know his spirit was there with them. Some of those goals and some of those games, I think he had an influence in. Straight up. There were some goals that's like, that shouldn't have gone in, but it did. Yeah. Technically, if you think about it, every game, the Blue Jackets had an extra man on the ice, and no one knew. Number 13 was skating around, helping the guys out, keeping them locked in, pretty much. You know? But let's see what Spot Trek has for us. So they have about $14 million in cap space right now. But for 25-26, let's see what they have. $40 million in cap space for 2025-26. Damn. Of course, I'm hoping a good majority of that goes towards extensions for some of these guys. I'm hoping they, can extend some of the youngsters. I mean, of course, Monahan's locked in. Marchenko, I'd love to see him extended soon. Boone, we got to keep the captain around. Come on, stop it. We got to keep him around. Yegor is probably going to get a decent contract. Cole and Yegor, yeah, for sure. Kent, I'd give him a nice little raise soon, but he's not due for that probably for a little while. At least a year or two. In terms of right now, Fantilli could use a nice little boost in pay with how good he was. Voronkov needs an extension. Thank you very much. Big Boss. We need to keep Big Boss in Columbus. And that's really it for forwards. Defensemen, Provorov and Fabro are probably going to get nice, hearty contracts. And I think that's it for that. Everyone else is pretty much locked in. Tarasov, he's an RFA. I could see them maybe giving him something modest for a good backup goaltender. But man, what Jet Greaves did, that makes things interesting. Because do you not tender Tarasov? Talk about the stats part, right? So yeah, of course, like I said, the Blue Jackets finished just one game. One freaking game out of the playoffs. And you look at this team stat-wise, they had some scores. The leader in points was Zach Werenski, a defenseman. Could very well be the Norris winner this year. We'll see. Marchenko finished second. Sean Monahan and Kent Johnson finished tied for third. Adam Fantilli, followed by Dmitry Voronkov. James Van Riemsdyk, added late in the offseason, before the season started. Maybe even right as the season started. Came in. He was a solid veteran. Love to see that from him. I wouldn't mind keeping him around a little bit longer. Is he like oh, he's a UFA. I'd keep him around a little bit longer too. For a good veteran presence if he's down. Of course. If he'd be down to stay, I'd love to keep him around. He was very useful in the locker room. And Ivan Provorov, Cole Sillinger tied for 8th. And Matthew Olivier, who got extended recently, he finished in 10th. Now, how about goals? Leading goal scorer was Kirill Marchenko and Adam Fantilli with 31 apiece. Man, a lot of people don't know who Kirill Marchenko is. He's like, yeah, damn good player right there. Marchenko and Fantilli. Then you had Kent Johnson, Zach Werenski, Dmitry Voronkov, Sean Monahan, Matthew Olivier, JVR, Cole Sillinger. And how about the new guy, Luke Kunin? Now, obviously, he didn't score those goals with us because I don't even think he did anything with us. But still, Luke Kunin. Ooh. I forgot he was even on the team, to be honest. I made a video for a dude who didn't even do anything here. That's crazy. Well, they just added him for depth. Yeah. No, that's just forwards. Goaltenders, obviously, Elvis Merzlikins qualified with the GAA. Was that goals allowed? About 3.18. Save percentage, 892. Not great. Shutouts, 1. If Jet Greaves had qualified, played 25 or more games, he would have had 2. That's tough. Defenseman, points leader, Zach Werenski, 82. The next closest was Ivan Provorov with 33. Fabro, 26. Severson, 25. Matejchuk, 13. Christensen, 8. Jack Johnson, 6. Jordan Harris, 5. And Good Branson only had 4, but the dude barely played. He missed like 60 games because of an injury earlier in the season. He started off the season and then he would not come back until April. It was from October to April. He was out pretty much. It was insane. And then in terms of goals, obviously Zach Werenski with 23. Fabro had 9. Provorov had 7. By the way, Fabro scored today. Severson had 6. Matejchuk 4. Christensen and Harris had 1 apiece. Jack and Goodbranson did not find the back of the net at all this year. Assists, I didn't even do assists for forwards. For overall skaters, I guess. Werenski, 59 assists. Marchenko, 43. Monahan, 38. Pretty damn good. Monahan 38, Kent 33, Provorov 26, Voronkov 24, Fantilli 23, Sillinger 22, JVR 20, and Severson 19. And then defenseman assists, Wierenski again 59, Provorov 26, Severson 19, Fabro 17, Matejchuk 9, Christensen 7, Johnson 6, Harris 4, Goodbranson 4. In terms of rookies, it was, not too many rookies played a whole lot for the Blue Jackets, really. Denton Matejchuk led with 13 points. Luka Del Belbaluz had 8. Mikhail Pitia had 7. And James Malatesta did not record a point. Goals, Denton Matejchuk and Mikhail Pitia had 4 apiece. Luka had 2, and Malatesta did not score. And then assists, Denton had 9, Luka 6, and Pitia had 3. So that's all the points for the Blue Jackets. And really, there's not much else to talk about. I mean, it was a fun season. I had a lot of fun watching it, and I cannot wait to see what they do this offseason. I'm intrigued. And of course, if any rumors come out, if they make any moves, I'll probably do a little video for it, like I did this past year. And we'll see what the Blue Jackets have for us. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Sound like Joe Buck. I will see you tomorrow night for the 8th place game in the East playing round. Heat and Hawks. Winner faces the Cavs on Sunday. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go Blue Jackets, and I'm out. It was a fun season. Can't be mad. They could have easily folded, but they didn't. They rallied around each other, and they won 6 in a row to end the season. Now build on this and get ready for a fun off season and hopefully an even more fun 2025-26 season. So, that being said, go Blue Jackets, and I'm out. Bye-bye. Have a Oh yeah. By the way, I will be doing Pacers Bucks on Saturday too. And then WrestleMania. Yeah. Bye-bye. On Saturday too. And then WrestleMania. Yeah.